Bonjour mes amis, comment allez-vous? It's Tuesday again. I happen to be using it to smoke a cob filled with William Bud. Most people know it as Billy Bud. Only his dearest friends call him William. Hope this video finds you well. Seen some interesting videos lately. Not going to comment on them. Dig around. You'll find some interesting comments as well. Videos as well. Nice day out here in the backyard. As you can tell, my fence didn't fall down last night. Not that there was any danger of it having done so. Just wanted to point out the obvious, I guess. What should we talk about today? Watched a video, a couple of guys talking last week, one of whom I agree with very little of what he brings to the table. But he makes some good points now and then. One of the little snippets that just kind of slipped down and was completely overlooked in this conversation, he made a comment, something along the lines of, when we argue with people or have a conversation with people, instead of looking for ammunition to fire back at them, to prove them wrong, etc., dig into what they're saying and see if you can find something good. I thought that was very wise, and that's what I took from his conversation. Doesn't seem like back in the mid-70s, Saturday Night Live, this was over 40 years ago, things were somewhat different. We had just come out of the Vietnam War. Public opinion was starting to become heated, I guess you could say. There was a skit on Saturday Night Live called Weekend Update, the fake news program, the original fake news. Jane Curtin, Dan Aykroyd, point, counterpoint. They were commenting with this skit about the state of debate on national television at the time. Jane Curtin made a very well-reasoned argument about a thing. I don't remember what it was. And you know what happens next, right? Jane, you ignorant slut. 40 years after that, that's not something that grabs your attention so much that you're shocked by it or amused by it. It's commonplace. It's absolutely the core of the nature of interaction on news discussion type programs. You see it all the time. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, ABC, you name it. Commentator will be in the middle. He'll have Mr. Right Thinker over here and Mr. Left Thinker over here. He throws the basketball up in the air. It says go. And for 3 minutes, they debase and demean each other in the quickest, snappiest way possible to make themselves look less like an idiot than the other guy. Three minutes are up. They thank the network for having them on, act like they've just had the most enjoyable experience of their life. Meanwhile, a couple of million of people watching the show, a couple of thousand, whatever it may be, applaud this guy because he said everything that they've already so firmly entrenched in their belief system. Same thing happened with fans of this guy. He didn't say anything new. He didn't say anything new. He didn't say anything that debunks anything he said, and vice versa. No minds were changed. No minds were really even engaged. It's just this verbal ping pong match. That serves no purpose other than to more deeply divide an already catastrophically divided public. And what do you expect in 3 minutes? If you and I were to debate something in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, you have to spit out what you believe is your most punishing argument against whatever I'm talking about. There's no other possible outcome for these kind of things in that format. Sorry, I thought I saw a chupacabra over there trying to get me. Now, a thing is happening now, mostly on YouTube, podcasts and things like that, where people are engaging in these long form debate discussions. And they're doing so in an atmosphere of civility. They do want to change minds and attitudes, not only of the other people, but also of themselves. The goal between the people that participate in these things is to further develop their own thoughts, and hopefully the thoughts and impressions of the people that are watching it. So that they can get closer to the truth, to what is real, to what is helpful, to what could move them and society forward instead of backwards. You hear them say things like, well, that's a good point. Well, I hadn't thought of it that way. You don't hear them say things like, Jane, you ignorant slut. I think this format of discussion is going to be the death of the 3-minute battle. I certainly hope so. It may take a number of years to do that. So why does big media hold on to that way of doing things? Why do they grasp that so firmly? They're so firmly entrenched in that way of thinking. Why? Could it be that they have ulterior motives? Certainly. Could one of those motives be that they realize that theirs is a dying format? I saw a thing a few days ago, last week sometime, that said CNN's ratings at a certain point were being beat by the Home and Garden TV network. That's no small thing. When someone's more interested in learning how to properly plant geraniums in July than they are about what the national debate is about. That's very telling. And it's not just CNN that's losing viewers. Ratings go up and down. They always will. The reason CNN and headline news and you name it, the reason they run 24-hour cycles is because people watch, or people watched 24 hours a day. Kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. People didn't come there because they were saying or selling anything that was incredibly vital or necessary. They came because it was there. And they're leaving in droves because there is nothing there. Something I've been thinking about today. You guys enjoy your pipes. Ignore all them hypes.